a baseball game. Lord, it had to be at least 99 in the shade. I was stealing a glance at some tight short pants just as I turned my head. My baby grabbed me by the arm and this is what she said.
You've got to love the dulcet tones of Cowboy Joe West, the home plate umpire in today's rubber game of the series between the Cleveland Indians and your Los Angeles Angels. Hi again, everyone, from inside the Big A. I'm Victor Rojas along with Mark Gubizik. Glad you could join us here on a beautiful afternoon for Angels baseball. And as far as the Angels offense is concerned, they're looking at the bottom of that order and seeing Brandon Wood starting to swing the bat. This is a good sign for Halo baseball.
Well, he's comfortable finally, Victor. I mean, early in the season, he was getting himself out, swinging at pitchers' pitches out of the strike zone. Now he sees that fastball over the middle part. He's attacking it. And, of course, even working himself into good, predictable fastball count. See how quick his hands were and quiet, that head being still. Let the ball come to him instead of getting himself out. And then, of course, that last at bat, able to hit his first home run of the season. Good, strong swing, hits it out to left field. So look for that to be able to continue. Always been a guy, once he hits that first home run, will come in bunches, which will be huge at the bottom part of the order.
Almost looks as if he's got that swagger back as well. Another guy that's in the lineup tonight for the first time this season, and also for the 7th time in his career, it's Ryan Buddy. And, you know, you look at the situation, it's one of those that Mike Scioscia's sitting there going, you know what? We're not going to give you just a pinch hit opportunity or one out or one inning defensively for you. We're going to go out there and throw you to the fire.
Well, Victor, Mike Scioscia's all about defensive catching, and Ryan Buddy's a guy that can handle the staff very well. He's going to get acclimated to all 5 of these guys throughout this run he's going to have as far as catching some games. He's solid behind there. He's quiet behind the plate. He's got a strong arm, and will mix it a good at bat on occasion. So great opportunity for Mike Scioscia to rest Mike Napoli and give Ryan an opportunity to be able to go out there and see what the pitchers have in that particular night.
The Angels will have Irvin Santana going for them. Jake Westbrook, the veteran. So sit back, strap it down, and get ready for some afternoon baseball here at the Big A.
If you cheat on me, you'll be out at home. If I catch you playing the field, you're gonna be long gone. You better play it safe and don't do me wrong. 'Cause if you cheat on me,
gorgeous day in Anaheim. Rubber game of the series. The Angels took game one. Cleveland, of course, bouncing back big time with 18 hits last night, a 9-2 victory. And Irvin Santana's on the mound, ready to throw that first pitch to Asdrubal Cabrera. The first pitch is a fastball high for ball one. Irvin Santana this year, a 1-2 record and a 4.73 ERA as Cabrera rolls one over to Howie Kendrick. Round number one.
Boy, it's always good to get that first out. 1-2 mark in 4 starts. A great start up in Toronto. Not a bad effort the last time out. Also kept him in the ballgame. 6 innings, 4 earned runs. 16-game winner in 06 and 08. Irvin Santana has had his troubles against the Tribe, and that's put it mildly. 0-6 with an ERA over 6. So anytime you get that quick out early in the game, the confidence level goes up.
5th start of the season for Irvin. He has 1 complete game. That was the outing in Toronto. 20 strikeouts, 7 walks in his 26-plus innings. Sizemore takes low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Last time out was against the Yankees. Irvin giving up 4 earned runs in 6 innings. He's gone at least 6 in 3 of his 4 starts, as this one has rolled weakly over to Kendry Morales. And we take a look at the lineup for Manny Acta and the 9 and 11 Cleveland Indians. Dribble Cabrera leading things off. Sizemore, of course, batting in the 2 holes. Shin-Soo Choo is in right field. Austin Kearns had a huge game yesterday. He's had a huge series, 6 for 10 with 2 home runs. Travis Hafner back at DH. Russell Brandon back at first. Johnny Peralta at third. Luis Valbuena is back in the starting lineup at second, and Lou Marson doing the catching. 2 up and 2 down quickly here for Irvin. Be huge for him to set that side down in order. Get the Angels back to the dugout, start hitting. Choo at 329 with 4 home runs and 15 runs batted in. He had a 2-hit effort last night, including 2 runs batted in. So 4 hits for Choo in this series.
Well, before long, those shadows will start moving towards home plate. Definitely the advantage for a pitcher, especially with the stuff that Irvin Santana has. With that fastball, can get up there 94, 95.
Choo off the end of the bat over to Brandon Wood. He's got it. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Irvin Santana. Nicely done. Angels coming up here in the first. PG, Hyundai has it. With 7 models that get 30 miles per gallon or more, Hyundai's now the most fuel-efficient car maker in America. And by Shakey's Pizza. What was the first band to play at a Shakey's? Go to Shakey's.com/trivia. Bottom of the first here at the Big A. Eric Ibar ready to lead things off against Jake Westbrook, the veteran right-hander going for the Cleveland Indians. 32 years of age, coming off Tommy John surgery. Ibar takes down low for ball 1.
So far, that sinker's not working for him. An 0-2 mark, ERA nearly 6 in 4 starts. Been hurt, had that Tommy John surgery. Fastball still gets up there, 88 to 92 mile an hour with great sink action. We'll cut the fastball too inside the lefties, a curveball, slider, and a changeup.
Ibar slapping that one foul. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Eric comes in batting .256 with a home run and 4 runs batted in. The Indians need Jake Westbrook to kind of fill that void left by CC Sabathia and Cliff Lee as that veteran guy for the top end of that rotation. As that pitch misses down and away, it's a guy that has won 15 games twice in the big leagues, 14 once. And had been an innings eater, over 200 innings in 3 straight seasons, 04, 05, and 06. On the ground is short. Cabrera's got it. Shot number 1. Take a look at the lineup for Mike Scioscia this afternoon. The Angels come in with an 11-11 record. Ibar to lead things off. Bobby Abreu in the 2-hole. Torrey Hunter out at center. Decky Matsui at the 8. Kendrick Morales at first. Juan Rivera is out at left. Howie Kendrick in second. Brandon Wood, 6 for 8 in this series, had the home run last night. And Ryan Buddy getting to start behind the plate. 7th career start behind the dish in the big leagues for Ryan Buddy. Give Mike Napoli a night off, a day off.
Or a day night.
Bobby takes outside, a .291 average with 4 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Bobby's got an 8-game hitting streak going. He's had a heck of a homestand too, with .382 average throughout the stretch. A couple of home runs, 5 runs batted in. Good hitters counted, 2-0. He takes a strike. Angels split the series against the Detroit Tigers to start this homestand. Then took 2 of 3 against the Yankees. Took game 1 against the Tribe on Monday. And then dropping last night's game. 5-4 thus far on this homestand.
You see a lot of those sinkers on the outside corner. Left-handed batters. He will cut the fastball in, but you can see his game plan early on. Westbrook just want to keep the ball down.
That is skied out to center field. Sizemore, a little backpedaling out there. Makes the catch for out number 2. Defensively for the Indians, down and left, Austin Kearns. Sizemore, you saw make the catch. A couple of gold gloves. And Shin-Soo Choo, terrific arm and right. Peralta, Cabrera, Valbuena, and Branyan from 3rd to 1st on the infield. Lou Martian for the 2nd consecutive game is behind the plate.
Yeah, Russell Branyan should get a lot of work. And Westbrook is on his games. A lot of ground balls. At Branyan, of course, he'll be catching a lot of his throws across the diamond. Getting acclimated, playing some first base for the Tribe. With Travis Abner doing a majority of the DHing.
You mentioned the shadows behind home plate creeping towards that batter's box area. Of course, the guys on the right side of the field will be feeling that sunshine as well. 1st, 2nd, as well as out in right field.
Definitely a huge advantage for a pitcher, especially one if you have a power arm. More so than the guy that relies on spotting the fastball.
Jam shot off the glove of Westbrook. Valbuena with the bare hand, and he retires Torrey. 2nd consecutive night that Torrey Hunter's been retired with the pitcher getting an assist. That one, the traditional 1-4-3 putout.
broiled black Angus beef, crispy bacon, and 4 slices of melted cheese on grilled bread. The new grilled cheese bacon burger, only at Carl's Jr., starting at $2.49. We go from the shores of Malibu to the Big A in Anaheim. Irvin Santana delivering a fastball away to Austin Kearns. Wow.
Well, it's pretty tough to live out here in SoCal, don't you think?
It's a bear. But you know what? Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Kearns, a monster series thus far. A 3-hit game last night. And that was on the heels of the 3-hit game he had on Monday night. He's homered in the last 2 games. The first time he's done that since 2007. Homered in back-to-back games. He's raised his batting average to .386 now for Cleveland. He takes a strike. It's 3-1. Even with the 5 RBIs he had last night, second on this team in that category. Chu and Kearns going the opposite way. Torrey Hunter tracking this one down, leaps up, can't get it. He goes off the wall. Kearns in at second with a double. Torrey almost making a spectacular catch out in right center field.
Boy, Austin Kearns continues to swing the bat. Torrey made a great effort. And the day game, the ball is going to carry much better. Put himself in position to leap up as high as he can go, just above the glove. But even got it in the glove when he hit the wall.
Boy, right off the fingers of the glove.
Great effort.
So the Indians get their leadoff man on board here in the second. Kearns with his 7th double of the year. Travis Hafner, the DH, steps up. 197 average, a couple of home runs. Hafner got the start in a cleanup spot on Monday and went 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. One of those 3 strikeouts coming in that 7th inning. That's when the Indians had the bases loaded. Kevin Jepson had to come on with 1 out. Struck out Hafner. Got Branyan to roll out. 1-1 pitch. Check to swing. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Well, it's always a difficult task when you have that leadoff hitter hit a double. It changes your focus as far as being on the mound. It makes you throw inside the lefties, try to jam them. And also you just think in lines of try to keep him at second base, at least get that 1 out before you can get him in advance.
Good pitch, down and in, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You see Torrey getting up as high as he could possibly go. So you got the wall in the tip of his glove. But they're pretty high. Looks like that picture we took of his little figurine we gave away.
The dirt, nice job by Buddy to block that one. Full count now at Hafner. Irvin had an easy first inning. 9 pitches, 5 strikes, 3 ground ball outs. Payoff pitch is rolled over to Howie Kendrick. He has to come in from shallow right field. That's a 4-3 putout. Kearns advancing to third base. There's out number 1. Here's the Home Depot doing more on defense for the Halos. Out in left, it's Juan Rivera, Torrey Hunter in center, Bobby Abreu in right. Brandon Wood, Eric Ibar on the left side of the infield. Howie Kendrick and Kendry Morales on the right side. And Ryan Buddy doing the catching.
Well, you see Ryan Buddy, very good defensively. That breaking pitch was thrown in the dirt with Hafner up there, blocked that rather easily. Put himself in position to keep it in front with the chest protector. Quiet behind the plate, not a lot of movement, which is important. That way you don't tip off location of the pitches.
There's Austin Kearns, infield in for the Angels with 1 out. Russell Branyan at the plate. And probably not the guy you want to be playing in on if you're the first baseman with Branyan at the plate.
especially if you're throwing breaking pitches down and in.
Brandon had the night off last night with Joe Saunders out on the mound. Saw his batting average at .294. 1-0. Rolled foul. This one into the Indians dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brandon last year with the Seattle Mariners missed pretty much most of September and some lower back problems. But had a breakout year, full-time role. 31 home runs last season. That pitch is in for a strike, and it's 1-2.
The thing about Brandon, you know, throughout his whole career, he's been a guy known to strike out. This is certainly a situation for Irvin Santana. Could use that punch out right now.
149 strikeouts last year. Here's the 1-2. Just missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kearns with the leadoff double over at third base. Lays off the 2-2 breaking pitch. And a full count. There's ball 4. Joe West known for having a very small strike zone. Perhaps Irvin having Brandon struck out on that 2-2 pitch. Instead draws the walk, so runners to the corner now for Peralta.
That was a pretty good slider. A 2-2 pitch by Irvin Santana.
Going into a game, you would imagine that as a starting pitcher, with reputation of Joe West having a small strike zone, that making sure you stay calm, not get overly worked up, because you know that that's what you should be expecting.
Well, it is consistent, though. It's not a big strike, so it's certainly not a pitcher's umpire, but he is consistent.
Peralta out to right field. Bobby Abreu shading his eyes, having troubles with it, makes the catch. Kearns will tag and score. And Cleveland strikes first. It is 1-0. There's that sun coming into play. Nice job by keeping his eye on it the whole way.
Even with sunglasses, this 4 o'clock start, very difficult to pick up. Last second, Bobby able to find it and make the play. Struggling all the way through. Using a glove, the glasses, and his throwing hand to be able to try to screen it, be able to see it into the glove.
RBI for Peralta, his 6th on the year, as Luis Valbuena steps in and takes down low.
You get back to Joe West and umpires behind the plate. You know who's behind the plate and what their tendencies are, just like you would be, you know, positioning your players if the guy's a pull hitter or not. You know who's going to call strikes down in the zone, who's going to call them higher in the strike zone. That's your job as a pitcher. You got to know those things.
Irvin falling behind at 2 balls and no strikes. And not only does Joe West have a small strike zone, he's one heck of a singer. As we take a look at the Hyundai keys to the game.
For Irvin Santana, the key is obviously to go out and somehow get his first W against the Cleveland Indians. 0-6, 6.03 ERA. They've hit him very well. Consistently putting the ball in play against him. Irvin just got to forget about that. Get that first win. It's a different year.
To first and back is Brandon, not known to be a base stealer. Valbuena had the night off last night with Mark Gruzzolana getting to start at second. Count evens now at 2-2. He was 0 for 2 in the opening game of the series with a couple of walks. 2-2 inside, full count. Morales will play behind Branyan over at first base. Russell will be off at the pitch. Here's the payoff. Got him with a high fastball. Down goes Valbuena for out number 3. But the Indians strike first. They get a run. And they leave one on. Middle of the second. Drives up 1-0. Four o'clock start, bottom of the second, 1-0.
Saying hi to you, Victor.
Hi. Hey, how are you? How you doing? Hideki Matsui takes a strike. It's one of the advantages, too. I mean, you think about it, it's kind of an odd start time considering most games start, at least for the Angels anyway, 12:35 versus a 7:05 start. But this isn't one of those games that was at 7:05. They moved to 4 o'clock. This would have been a traditional 12:35 start. The Angels thinking, you know what? Folks can stay at work a little bit longer. You know, today's day and age, the economy the way it is, instead of trying to cut out of work at 11:30 or 12 o'clock to be here. Matsui saying that he got hit by a pitch here. It looks like Rob Drake was chirping with somebody.
Looks like Soch got thrown out.
Didn't even look like he was looking at Sochi. It looked like he was looking at somebody else on the railing.
Well, that's about as quick as a throw out as you can see.
Now, if Mike's gone, obviously he's going to get his money's worth, and why not?
Unless he's protecting somebody else he threw out of the game. Somebody got thrown out.
Joe West trying to dip things in the bud here.
Find out who got thrown out of the game.
Looks like Mike's leaving, so it might be him. Didn't look like it hit him.
See if it got him here on the.
Tough to tell, but
it didn't look like it.
At the drop of the bat. Swinging at that off-speed pitch, and down he goes. So one out here. Have an eventful way to start the bottom of the second. Bench coach Ron Renicky takes over. With Soch getting run. First time this year.
Boy, that was quick.
Very quick.
Well, Drake, at third base umpire, didn't waste any time.
Kendry takes outside for ball 1. For 6 series for Kendry Morales against the Cleveland Indians. Even 300 batting average with 6 home runs, 16 driven home. Right back to Westbrook. 2 outs. Brings up Juan Rivera. As we take a look at our FoxSportsWest.com poll. Question of the day: who poses the biggest threat to the Angels in the American League West? The Athletics, the Mariners, or the Rangers? The A's sitting atop the division right now. Halo's a game and a half back. Be sure to log on to FoxSportsWest.com and cast your vote. We'll get some updates a little bit later on in the ballgame.
Well, the A's took a big hit with Brett Anderson going on the DL with some tenderness in that elbow.
Read where they're going to just flat out shut him down for 2 weeks and then reevaluate.
First suggestion this year for the Angels, first of the 25th of his career, 2-5.
Breaking pitch is down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike as you take a look at the standings in the American League West. Angels and Mariners a game and a half back. Rangers 2.5 back. Rangers getting another good start out of starter, then closer, then bullpen piece, and now the starter C.J. Wilson again.
Yeah, that's the big thing. If Texas can get some pitching with that offense they have, it's definitely going to be a threat. They do have some good power arms, not only in the rotation now, but in their farm system. Of course, Seattle still struggling to score runs, but they're to provide any help at all for their pitching staff.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Rivera. He's batting .253, was 1 for 4 last night. Westbrook tried to follow in the footsteps of Mitch Talbot last night. He retired the first 8, pardon me. Saw, down goes Rivera. Round number 3. So he's retired the first 6. We are through 2. Indians up 1-0. Inning here at the Big A, 1-0 Cleveland. Double by Austin Kearns and a sac fly by Johnny Peralta. Giving the Tribe the first lead tonight. Irvin Santana with a strikeout and a walk. Thrown 32 pitches. Right down the middle. 16 and 16 as far as balls and strikes. Indians setting up 9-1-2. Marson, the catcher, and Cabrera and Sizemore. Good breaking pitch there, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes.
Looks like now the shadow has made its way over right across home plate. You see Urban Santana out in the sunshine, and then, of course, the shadow right at the plate. Oh, a sharp slider or a good firm fastball. Very difficult for a hitter to pick up. You don't have much time as it is to be able to pick up a good fastball. When you mix in the shadow, a more difficult task.
1-2 to Marson. Got him on the outside corner. Down he goes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Santana. There's out number one. Well, we decided to go back and look at that play in which Hideki Matsui apparently, he thought it looked like he got hit by a pitch. The question was whether or not he went around, and as you see the bat going through the zone, technically speaking, he offered at the pitch.
Well, you know, Howard's explanation showed that he was just basically trying to get out of the way. For me, he was making no attempt to swing at that pitch.
We imagine that's what Mike Scioscia was talking about. Matsui getting rung up on a strike on that pitch, supposed to be hit. That one's out to Torrey Hunter. Track it down for round number 2.
Again, Matsui was making no effort to swing at that ball. No effort. He was basically using that bat as balance instead of falling down.
I think it goes back to the intent of the swing. I mean, he started his swing. You know, if you're asking an umpire if he went around, it's tough to argue to the contrary, you know. And it all started with, it looked like Matsui dropped his bat saying, you know what, that ball hit me. And maybe he realized he actually went around and said, you know what, maybe I'll try to sell the fact that I was hit.
And obviously, anytime it's a ball and a strike, you can't argue that anyhow. But a potential check swing on that, or in my opinion, or lack thereof, just an odd situation now. Ron Renicky taking over as the manager of the game today. Bench coach.
And again, that's just our assumption based on what we're seeing on tape. Because Rob Drake seemed to have a pretty quick trigger and ejecting Mike Scioscia, first time this year, 25th time in his career. 1-2. Sizemore out to left field. Juan Rivera's there. Looks like it's going to be a 1-2-3 easy inning for Urban Santana. Middle of the third at the Big A. Indians still up. Here in the bottom of the third. Bottom third due up. Now Kendrick takes a strike. Kendrick, Wood, and Buddy against Jake Westbrook. There's a couple of strikeouts. Retired all 6 men he has faced thus far. Now he takes a breaking ball low. Howie at 3-11 on the season with a home run. 9 runs batted in. 4 for 8 in this series. proud owner of 7 multi-hit games thus far this year. Advantage to Howie Kendrick at 3 balls and a strike. Westbrook working very quickly, and this one's bounced over to third. Peralta, long throw across. Kendrick is retired for out number 1.
Now it's time for Coors Light Cold Hard Blast from Brandon Wood. Kabam! He gets the first of the season for Brandon Wood. The swing is back, and so's the big fly. Brandon with the jerseys everywhere. That is our Coors Light Cold Hard Blast.
A back-to-back 3-hit game for Brandon Wood. Good to see that. The approach to plate's been phenomenal thus far. His 8th career Major League home run last night off Joe Smith. We knew Joe would do something special. Wood goes down swinging on the off speed, and Jake Westbrook is in the zone right now. Hey, fans, prepare for a new look and style as the Angels are giving away another unique hat. On Tuesday, May 11th, all fans in attendance will receive a free Angels bucket hat courtesy of Claim Jumper Restaurants. Great seats still available for this game. It can be purchased at angelsbaseball.com or any of the Angels Stadium ticket windows. Man, I look at those hats and I think about the We Are Family Pittsburgh Pirates back in 1979.
That was a great uni they had working back in the day with
Pop
Omar
Star
Moreno.
yeah.
Yeah, we had Dave Parker, Cobra, Manny Sanguine behind the plate.
The Candyman, former Angel John Candelaria.
Another former Angel, Bruce Keeson was on that team.
Yeah. Ken Colby. Bert Blyleven may have been on that team as well. But he swings and misses, and it's 1 ball.
Can't believe they beat Baltimore that year. Baltimore was good. I think Baltimore was up 3 games to 1 there, weren't they? In that World Series?
Maybe right.
Are you doubting me, Victor?
I'm just saying you may be right. I don't know the answer.
I was a big Baltimore Oriole fan back in those days. It was a front runner. They were good.
But he goes down swinging. 4 strikeouts for Jake Westbrook. Very quickly, he's retired all 9 Angels that he's faced. Indians still up. Beautiful shot of the rocks and the waters. We take a look at our AT&T trivia question. Which ex-Indians player holds the Major League record for the most career doubles?
Major League record. Roberto Alomar?
Most career doubles? Major League record. Career doubles. All right. Chu, Kearns, and Hafner here in the 4th. Like, you got to go back to the Bob Feller days, I think.
Well, you have an advantage there at that point.
Having watched him pitch. I was actually the guy holding the radar gun when he was throwing it, trying to measure the velocity with the motorcycle policeman.
That's right. I thought that was you.
Yeah. Striking resemblance. 2-1 to Chu. Jam job into shallow center field and a leadoff base hit. Chu is 1 for 2. That'll bring up Austin Kearns. Second hit of the ball game for Cleveland. Kearns had that leadoff double in the second.
Keep an eye on Chu. Also 3 stolen bases on the season.
Pretty good speed. Stole 21 last year. Was caught just twice. Good pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
Well, you can always tell when a hitter's in a groove. Austin Kearns, that was a pretty good slider. Just kind of tracked it. Thought that wasn't his pitch. Took it. You know, he's behind the count now, 0-1.
On the ground, softly foul on the third base side. It's quickly no balls, 2 strikes. Irvin with 2 strikeouts and a walk in an easy 1-2-3 inning in the first as well as in the third. And you'll wonder how much that inning would have, or how that inning would have played out in the second inning had he gotten that strikeout call on Russell Brandon on that 2-2 pitch. Instead, Brandon drew a walk. Peralta had that sac fly. This one right above us.
Well, he doesn't miss fastballs too often. He fouled that one straight back. Pretty good velocity on that one from Irvin at 91, but Kearns is locked in.
And he got him to expand that strike zone. Down goes Kearns for out number 1. Good pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Talk about a perfect location. You're ahead 0-2. A chance to expand the zone. You still have the shadows in effect. Boy, that was in the left-hander's batter's box. Howard Exmo will show how that baseball goes from the sunshine into the shadow. Difficult to be able to pick up the rotation of that. That's why you saw that swing on the breaking pitch.
Throw to first base. Chu is easily back.
Johanna Exmo will show it. You see the sunlight and then all of a sudden the shadow. Very difficult. You don't have much time as it is as a hitter to be able to pick up the baseball, especially rotation of a slider as compared to a fastball.
There goes Chu. The pitch is a strike. A throw down from Buddy, not in time. A stolen base for Chu.
Chu, pretty good jump. Irvin with a slide step to throw over the shortstop side of the bag. Allowed Chu to get in there with a stolen base.
Hafner in the hole, no balls, 2 strikes. He rolled out to Howie Kendrick into second, so he's 0 for 1.
In similar situation, 0-2. Still have the shadows in effect. A good breaking pitch could get a swing and miss.
There goes Chu from third. Hafner goes down swinging. The throw down is in time. Strike him out, throw him out, double play. That'll end the inning. None of the Angels know this, but that does end the inning. Middle of the fourth. It is 1-0 Cleveland. Ryan Buddy as we start the bottom of the fourth inning. Time now for a one West Bank, one person, one play. And how about that play by Ryan Buddy in that inning?
Well, you talk about a quick catch and throw. Shoot out by a mile. First time he caught a would-be base stealer in his career. Congratulations, Ryan Buddy. Nice job, of course, calling that 0-2 slider because he saw the swing Hafner had, and then the throw.
Ibar bunting through that fastball's in the hole at 0-1. Top of the order, due up for the Halos here. Jake Westbrook has been perfect. 9 up, 9 down, 4 strikeouts. Eric grounded out to short first as he rolls this one over to second. Valbuena over to Branyan. There is out number 1. The AT&T trivia question. I figured out. I think I have this one. Ex-Indians player holds the major league record for career doubles, and I said Bob Feller era, and I think this is slightly before. I got to check the dates. I'm going to go with Tris Speaker.
Wow, you're really good. 792.
That's ridiculous.
How'd you know that? 792 doubles is ridiculous.
When it got the word that it was an old-time player, that's what I figured. Frank Robinson kept popping into my mind, and I couldn't think of anybody else. And all of a sudden, I remembered Speaker played for the Indians, Hall of Famer. I had no idea he had the record. That was just a guess.
You're good.
No, lucky.
When you look at Westbrook, by the way, who takes more time, him or Burley, in between pitches? Both these guys just grab the baseball and let it go. There's no wasted energy. More time.
More time than not, guys need to follow and or adhere to that philosophy. Try to keep things going, moving things along. Better tempo for themselves. Bobby doesn't like that strike call.
I used to like to try to work quickly myself. I hate it when guys would step out, try to throw you out of your rhythm. But you have to do that on occasion, especially when a guy's on a roll like Westbrook is so far in this game.
Foul back. Bobby had a fly ball to center in his first AB as he cues this one off the end of the bat. Cut off by Peralta. There's out number 2. 5-3 put out. Westbrook very efficient this far. 46 pitches, 29 for strikes. And here comes Torrey Hunter.
6 ground ball outs, 4 strikeouts, 1 fly ball out so far. We'll use that changeup too against lefties for his strikeout pitch.
Torrey lining one to right center, a base hit. So the Angels get their first man on board. Westbrook perfect through 3 2/3 before that base hit. Good piece of hitting. Watch Westbrook's reaction here. He's jumping with Valbuena.
Thing is, sinker ball pitcher, if it stays up in the zone, very hittable pitch, even though it was 91 miles an hour, had sideward action instead of going sinking.
Matsui looping this one foul into the third base seats. Hideki was a strikeout victim in the second. It was during his at-bat in which Mike Scioscia was ejected, or apparently arguing the fact that Rob Drake had rung up Matsui on that quote-unquote check swing. One ball, one strike. Hideki, 12 runs batted in this season for the Angels. 2 runs batted in shy for 1,500 in his professional career, both here and in Japan. The 1-1. Outside corner to strike. In that last at bat, this is that side swing, the angle that you see the bat going through. Hideki hop skipping over that ball. Joe West points down to Rob Drake to see if he went. Apparently Rob Drake said yes, he did.
Well, in defense of Rob Drake down to third base, from that angle, his angle, it looks like he would think that Matsui was intending to swing.
Matsui goes down chasing that off-speed pitch. Fifth strikeout for Jake Westbrook. We are through 4 with the Indians up 1-0. Here at the Big A, Indians up 1-0. Russell Brandon, Johnny Peralta, Luis Valbuena to face Irvin Santana. There's 4 strikeouts himself and a walk. Turned out to be a pretty good pitcher's duel as Brandon will have to head back to the dugout, get some new lumber.
You can hear that all the way up here. That bat was cracked right on that handle. Russell Brandon last year, I knew he had some good numbers playing for Seattle against the Halos. 381 batting average. Seemed to come up at every key situation last year for the M's against the Halos.
One pitch. Big swing and a miss, but it's 1-2. And he had a hard time finding a job. At least so it seemed. Didn't sign until February. There was word that not only the Cleveland Indians, but the Tampa Bay Rays were interested in his services. I guess you have to find the balance, as that one is shot foul, between what type of player is he. We saw him on a full-time basis last year in Seattle, hit 31 home runs. Figure, all right, he also strikes out 149 times. Can he be consistent enough in the middle part of the line?
The thing is, with that uppercut swing, he's always been susceptible to a high fastball.
And he goes down looking on the pitch on the outside corner. Down goes Brandon. 3 straight punch outs for Irvin Santana. And that is out number 1 here in the 5th.
Good spot on this fastball. It's right to the outside corner. This one will show the rotation of a 2-seam fastball sinking and running away from a left-handed batter.
When it's a perfect pitch, it just doesn't even show up on 5 strikes.
Was invisible.
That's when we know lights out. Johnny Peralta sac fly with his 6th RBI.
Well, in that dugout, you hear some different words for fastballs and breaking pitches. Here, electric for a slider, invisible fastball. That was an invisible fastball.
1-1 pitch. Down low. 2 balls and a strike. Angels, of course, have the off day tomorrow. They start a 10-game road trip on Friday night at Comerica Park in Detroit. 3-game series there. Peralta rolls this one foul. And On to Boston for a 4-game set Monday through Thursday, and then a week from this coming Friday up in Seattle.
No short flights for the fellas.
Yeah.
LA to Detroit. Boston to Seattle. This is right around the corner.
Absolutely. It's about a 3-movie flight. 2-2. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. Good changeup. Make that 4 punch-outs in a row now for Santana. Angel fans, groups of 25 or more can enjoy an exciting night of Angels baseball for as low as $6 per seat. Be part of the fan experience that was voted #1 in all of sports. Book your group outing today by calling 888-796-HALO or visit angelsbaseball.com/groups. Valbuena takes a strike. Next homestand, the Angels will be at May 10th through the 16th. That's the Tampa Bay Rays rolling it down. They've been playing extremely well. And then Oakland. Oakland will have been to the Big 8 twice before the Angels play the Rangers for the first time.
Crazy schedule with the interleague play. Balanced schedule.
Valbuena takes down and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And there's going to be a lot of starting pitchers raising their hands up to be able to pitch on these Wednesday 4 o'clock starts so far. You see Urban with 6 strikeouts. Westbrook with 5 already in the game. Or was it, okay, teacher, I'm ready to go.
2-2. And he got him. Emergency hack by Valbuena comes up empty, and Urban Santana struck out the side. Middle of the 5th. Indians up 1-0. But so is Jake Westbrook, and Westbrook's got the 1-0 lead. We start at the bottom of the 5th inning. You see the 5 straight strikeouts. 8 is the Angels' record. Hey, shocker, Nolan Ryan did it twice.
And this is a surprise.
Imagine Nolan in the twilight.
I couldn't imagine Nolan at any time of the day. I'd be scared to death up there.
Pedro Morales takes inside. Morales, Rivera, Kendrick here against Westbrook. He's got 5 punch-outs himself.
You know you got great stuff when if he hits one of your batters, every one of the hitters come up, you say, please don't retaliate. Don't hit anybody on the other side. I don't want to get hit again.
Kendry's 0 for 1. Little bouncer back to Westbrook. Lays off that one. It's 2 balls and strikes. Kendry going down and trying to golf that pitch. fouls it off, leaving the count at 2-2. Westbrook hasn't walked anybody as Morales lines one into center field, a base hit. Leadoff man is on board for the first time in this game for the Halos. Up steps Juan Rivera. We take time now for our Farmers Insurance True Stories of the game. Angels have been in scoring position with the 11 wins, a 297 average, and the 11 losses just a 192 average. Overall, the ball club that started off kind of slowly in that category, taking the average up to 255. Be sure to visit farmers.com today to hear more true stories from Farmers customers and to find a SoCal agent near you. Rivera for 1 with a strikeout.
And now the shadows with the pitcher and at the plate, but his sun is starting to creep out towards the plate. So we have a reverse action.
Fouling that one off to the right. It's 1-1. Yeah, there's almost a ribbon of sunshine. You see it right there up that third base line. That'll creep out just in front of the mound, or in front of the plate, I should say, here in a little bit. So that reverse effect will come into play again, as you pointed out. On the ground towards third. Peralta playing the short hop. Goes to second. Valbuena with the jump throw. Nails it off the railing. It stays in play. Rivera will remain at first base on a fielder's choice, but there's one out.
Well, almost a nice turn of a double play. Peralta had a little bit of difficult time getting out of his glove. Valbuena jumping up, avoided the takeout slide by Morales. He just barely got it out of there, had a little bit of trouble. Valbuena jumping sky, but high throw allows Juan Rivera to get the first.
I mean, that's a perfect angle right there. People talk about second baseman and turning a double play, not knowing where that base runner is at. Because Valbuena, in theory, jumped almost too soon. The base runner wasn't there. He made contact with Kendry as he was coming down from the jump. That's how hard a position it is to turn a double play. Because you have no idea. It's to your blind side.
Especially that little hesitation, too, by Peralta coming in when he fielded that ground ball, that chopper. Had a little bit of a difficult time. Well, Valbuena can't take that chance and thinking that he's not going to be there at that point to take him out. So he's using the base and his leaping ability to avoid contact.
Howie fouling that one at the plate. Wasn't it former Indian second baseman Robbie Alomar that would come across the bag over to the shortstop position?
You'd almost think, yeah, because that way you couldn't slide because the base was, he used that as protection. Got out of the way. And Frank White, who won 8 Gold Gloves with Kansas City, did the same thing. He would be behind the base and use the base as protection from the slide coming in at him. So if you catch that out in front of the base, that's when you're going to get taken out by a good base runner.
Two balls and a strike on Howie. He grounded out to Peralta to lead off the third, so he's 0 for 1. Back towards short. Cabrera bobbles it, and it gets past him. Rivera's going to try to third base. Valbuena's throw is not in time. The Angels taking the extra base. An error on Asdrubal Cabrera on what looked to be a tailor-made double play. That would end the inning.
Well, that's a perfect double play ball. Westbrook with another good sinker. Well, just looked up a little bit too quick. Was going to flip it over there to Valbuena, but good hustle by Juan Rivera. Aggressive. You have to take advantage of that. You see him looking up, ready to flip it over to second base before the ball was in his glove. He's got to take advantage of this now.
More than likely a fielder's choice and an error. Runners at the corners now for Brandon Wood. Takes a breaking ball for a strike.
Brandon is looking for some pitch he can get in the air, whether it be a slider or a fastball above the knee so he can get a fly ball. It almost worked that time. The old third to first.
Brandon, a strikeout victim in the third inning. The 0-1 outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
You know, if you're a base runner too with the sun the way it is, it looks like I was having a difficult time even seeing Westbrook. Having a difficult time seeing the signs of Dino Evil at third base.
Not easy for a first baseman either to catch the ball. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Westbrook in his first 4 starts of the year, he's gone 4 innings, 5 2/3, 7 and 5 innings. Coming in with that 0-2 record, you see the old try box. Dino Evil blasted the signs. On the ground to second. Valbuena feeds Cabrera. There's the double play. And the Indians get out of it. Nothing happening for the Angels here in the 5th. Indians still up.
Time for the Coors Light Freeze Cam. Change up. Matsui trying to get out of the way. That's a better angle to show you. The intent was not there to swing. But side angle for Rob Drake when the appeal was made. Made it look like he swung. But Victor, I'm right on that one. He did not make the intent. And that was a Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
I love the emphatic butt.
Well, imagine. But from behind, it was a much better angle. That's who he was trying to get out of the way.
Oh, man. Lou Marson leading things off here in the 6th inning. 9-1-2 for the Indians.
I'm here for your entertainment right now, Victor. Anytime. Anytime you need a good laugh.
Oh, man. I like it, man. You sold it.
Again, it's that intent to swing.
Marson fouling this one off to the right. It's 2 balls and a strike. Urban Santana, 5 straight strikeouts. Kearns, Hafner, Branyan, Peralta, Valbuena. Marson himself was a strikeout victim back in the 3rd. Out to right center field, hit pretty well. Torrey's not going to get this one. Neither is Bobby Abreu, and that ball is in play. Marson heading to second, and he is in there with a double. Paul Schreiber, the second base umpire, going out to right center field, a shallow right center field, and making that call that that ball was in play. Manny Acton looks like he's going to come out and ask Cowboy Joe West. Almost looks as if Manny Acton is looking up towards the Indians TV play-by-play guys to see if It was a home run. Let's see if we get an appeal here.
Well, that's one of the only things you can get the appeal on, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the case, though. They don't have to do that.
Schreiber was emphatic on his call.
He was right there.
See the ball right on top of the scoreboard there.
Right on top.
Yep. Coming in play. But credit Paul Schreiber on a day that the sun beaming, going out there. Here's another look at it.
Look at the very top of the screen. You can see. Looks like they're going to go in and check it.
Angel Hernandez on the right, Joe West in center, and Paul Schreiber will go in and check things out. We got some replay action happening. We'll be back and tell you exactly the results when we return. Still waiting to see Joe West and Angel Hernandez. Paul Schreiber come back out with the call. The ruling here in Anaheim is the fact that the ball's got to clear that wall, meaning he's got to go over the wall, and that ball hitting right on top of that out-of-town scoreboard and coming right back into the play field. Here comes Joe West, the rest of the crew, and it's a double.
I like what they do on these things, though. They would get it right. Yeah, there's no more discussion. And the actor's got to be happy. You got the would be the right call. I'm sure he would love the home run on there, but it was the right call.
Ron Renicky, the acting manager. Mike Scioscia was ejected early on in this ball game, back in the second. And the Hideki Matsui at bat. So a double for Marson, his second of the year, brings up Asdrubal Cabrera, the shortstop. Joe Button. Drag one over to first. Morales will flip over to Howie Kendrick. Not an easy play with that sunshine, but played nicely. The sacrifice works. Marson moves over to third, brings up Sizemore.
Well, I was just going to say that same thing. You see, as soon as he fielded that ball, Kendrick thrown over to Howie at first base. All went right into the sun. Good play.
Infield in with the Indians up 1-0 here in the sixth inning. Sizemore comes up. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded at first and hit a fly ball to left field. Snap toward the third base and back diving in is Marson.
Design play, first pitch. A lot of times you see that out of the Angels, especially with a left-handed batter. Clear throw to third base for Ryan Buddy.
Sizemore picked up his 7th RBI last night on a sacrifice fly. Nice job by Buddy. And knocking into Sizemore, chasing that ball down. 1 ball, 1 strike. 7 punch outs for Irvin Santana this one.
He's sure like number 8 right now.
Jam shot into right center field. That's a base hit. Marson will score, and it's a 2-0 Indians lead. Good pitch in on the hands as Sizemore picks up his first hit of the series. Second RBI.
Got to keep an eye on Sizemore as far as the stolen base threat. Irvin is going to have the various times to home, hold the ball, give Ryan Buddy a chance to throw out Sizemore.
There goes Sizemore. It's a pitch out, throw down from Buddy. It's on the shortstop side and safe at second. It was just enough on that shortstop side of second base where Sizemore can get in.
When the Angels guessed right, the throw, you're right, was just on the other side of the bag. I'm going to try to be quick.
Ryan thought he had him. Shin-Soo Choo takes upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Sizemore, his second stolen base of the season. Second in the game for the Tribe. Choo had one back in the 4th, and then was caught stealing, trying to take off for 3rd. There's a strike, 2-1.
With the way Westbrook is thrown, Irvin Santana's got a limited damage here in this inning.
On the ground toward the middle. Kendrickson had to hurry. Safe at first. Is that a bounce or is that the sunshine? That ball bouncing in and out of that sun near second base.
It almost looked like how he couldn't see the ball.
Mike Butcher's going to come out and pay a visit. Right there, that little hesitation. Well, nice job to keep that ball in the infield, considering if it gets past him, Sizemore scores. But
this one will show that you can see how the ball, he barely got it in the glove.
now with Choo, you can't waste a whole lot of time. An infield single puts runners at first and third now. 1 away. Austin Kearns will step in now. Hafner's on deck. Choo's over at first with Sizemore at third base. You got to pay attention too with Choo. Pointed out already 1 for 2 today in the stolen base category. And a hot hitter in Austin Kearns at the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout.
Especially with the speed of third base and Sizemore and Choo at first. A throw through the second base might result in a try to the double steal.
Five hits on the afternoon for Cleveland now. Check swing looked like he went around. Angel Hernandez says he did not.
Well, if you're Irvin Santana here, you might want to stay with that slider against Austin Kearns. He's been hitting the fastball so well in the series, but he's had a tough time seeing that slider. It's a slider coming here for Irvin Santana.
Irvin falling behind at 2 balls and a strike. 84 pitches thus far, 50 strikes. Angels last night running through 3 relievers.
Here's the third to first. So you got a couple different signs from the catcher to the pitcher. One being just a straight pickoff. Then you have a pitch out sign right there was a fake the third, throw the first. Right back to the slider again. Wow.
It's been a strike most of the afternoon. It's not now, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike.
The slider just off the outside corner. I'm still wanting that pitch if I executed that one. 3-1 slider. Coming from Santana.
They're loaded up for Hafner. Second walk issued by Irvin. Sizemore at third, Chu over at second, and now Kearns at first base. Hafner's 0 for 2. He is grounded out and struck out. Good double play candidate up. Quasi shift, not the complete overshift. Runners on the bases as Irvin delivers a strike. Ibar near the bag at second base, normally on the second base side of the bag. And Howie's staying in on the dirt.
Thanks for a long throw for Howie Kendrick if it's ground ball to him to throw to short, although Ibar will be right there by the base.
0-1 on the inside part of the plate, and it's 0-2.
When you talk about a key point of the game, this is a huge pitch coming up for Irvin Santana as the Angels try to stay a part of this game. Hafner with a lot of power.
Angels have their outfield straight up against Hafner. Brandon Wood way off the line at third. 0-2 from Santana. That's down low and hit him. 3-0 Cleveland. Credit Hafner with an RBI. No balls and 2 strikes. Trying to go that perfect slider.
Bounces first before it hits him. Hafner made no attempt to get out of the way, which is a smart thing if you're Hafner. Behind an account 0-2.
So the Angels down 3-0 now. Russell Brandon steps up. Well, especially after making 2 great pitches to get ahead of the count. No balls and a strike.
Well, it's crazy how this inning is unfolding. A ground ball kind of gets lost with the sunlight. Over to Howie Kendrick. Starts his whole inning off.
And they get ahead at no balls, 2 strikes. Brandon's drawn a walk. Struck out looking in the 5th. Indians got on the board with a run in the 2nd inning, and now 2 thus far here in the 6th inning. All started with that double off the bat of Lou Marshall that Manny Act had come out to question whether or not that was an actual home run or a double. Down goes Brandon. Fastball into the knees. He takes it looking, and there's out number 2.
Well, you talk about perfect location, this fastball. The 2-seam fastball starts off the inside corner and then catches the corner at 92.
Trying to finish up here and get through 6 innings. He's had 91 pitches thus far. Peralta takes a breaking ball for a strike.
Tough hitter too. Bases loaded. Guy that's had a lot of success against the Angels throughout his career. Difficult spot. Good first pitch though. That slider on the corner.
That is out towards left center field. Torrey Hunter got a good jump on it, makes the catch. There's out number 3. But the Indians tack on 2, middle of the 6th. They lead it 3-0.
brought to you by AT&T. TV, high-speed internet, home phone, and wireless. Visit at AT&T.com or call 1-800-PICK-AT&T for details. And by your Southern California Ford dealers, where you'll find the new Transit Connect. Check it out at scforddealers.com.
Angels down 3-0. We start the bottom of the 6th inning. Buddy showing bunt. Takes a strike. 9-1-2. Due up for the Halos. Buddy, Ibar, and Abreu. Ryan was a strikeout victim in the 3rd inning. Jake Westbrook has allowed just 2 hits.
He's had great command of that slider to go along with that sinker. And a pretty solid changeup.
One ball, 2 strikes. Jake Westbrook's been around a little while. Originally a 1st-round pick. The Colorado Rockies back in '96. Buddy takes a called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. There's out number 1. Time now for our Lexus Pursuing Perfection.
Jake Westbrook is just dealing throughout this ball game. But when he made a mistake, that sinker that was up in the strike zone, base hit for Torrey, then a line drive right back up the middle by Kendrick Morales. That's the only 2 hits that Westbrook has allowed, and that is our Lexus Pursuing Perfection.
Eric Ibar takes low. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs. Westbrook's a guy that, as much talent as he's had, he's been traded a couple times for some pretty decent names, too. Went to Montreal as part of the Mike Lansing deal from the Rockies. Went to the Yankees as part of the old Hideki Irabu trade. One of George Steinbrenner's favorite players.
Oh, it was all-time favorite.
Yeah. And then the Indians picked him up. Part of that David Justice and Ricky Leday deal. Ibar rolling down 1 foul.
See how difficult it is to be able to get any pitches up, hitting the air against Westbrook. Everything's down around the knees, starts at the knee, then goes down almost into the dirt with that sink action. A lot of times you see him throw a changeup too when he's ahead against lefties. Fastball in, cutter.
Ready.
Little battle here for Eric Ibar against Jake Westbrook, who's got 6 strikeouts, no walks. There's 2 hits allowed.
Sometimes you see after a pitcher throws a cut fastball in on a lefty, that's when they throw in that 2-seam fastball that kind of frees them. Fastball in the outside corner.
Ibar 3 for 11 in this series. His average at 250 now. He takes that one inside. Pretty close pitch. It's 2-2.
No waste of time by Westbrook. Even though he felt he executed that pitch, showed no emotion.
Foul at the plate.
Somehow, some way, the Angels got to get some base runners against Westbrook. Not quite as effective out of the stretch. But he hasn't been in the stretch a whole lot today.
Had a pretty good situation in the 5th inning with runners at 1st and 3rd. And 1 out. And that's when Brandon Wood rolled into that inning-ending double play. 2-2 on its way. Outside, full count. Come on back. Don't you realize that I've got a country music CD, son? full count now on Ibar.
He said he signed it for him too, with a CD for him. Eric said, "Okay, no problem."
And this one's up the middle into center field, a base hit. Eric looked at Joe West, said, "I'm still waiting for the Spanish language version of your country CD." Major League Baseball and People Magazine are recognizing individuals who make a difference in their community. Go to peopleallstars.com and vote for your favorite everyday All-Star who could represent the Angels and be honored at the 2010 All-Star Game here in Anaheim on July 13th on Fox. So man on, let's see if Ron Renicky throws that green light up and see if we get some action going on the bases with Bobby Abreu at the plate. Bobby takes low for ball one. He's 0 for 2 with a fly ball to center and a ground ball to third.
Quick to the plate, 1-2-1 to 1-2-5. Gives the catcher an excellent chance to throw out a would-be base stealer.
Two balls and no strikes.
With this combination of Marson and Westbrook, though, base stealers have been successful 3 out of 4 attempts. Because of that movement on the pitch, it was a difficult thing to be able to catch the ball and then, of course, throw it.
3 balls and no strikes. You're talking about Westbrook, a different picture as far as location. Working out of the stretch as opposed to the full windup. Second 3-ball count.
But the reason why because out of the full windup, he can work downhill. You always hear that expression about a pitcher. He's able to get his arm up better and work down. Out of the stretch, it's more of a side angle with the elbow, and that's why you see pitchers running away.
That one on the corner, 3-1. Here comes the 3-1. Bobby takes low, and there's ball 4. So 2 on and 1 out for Torrey Hunter. Hey, folks, this week on Fox Saturday Baseball, David Wright and the New York Mets take on Ryan Howard and the Philadelphia Phillies in a showdown between bitter, they're not friendly, but bitter National League East rivals. Coverage on Fox Saturday Baseball presented by Budweiser at a special time of 12 p.m. Pacific, following This Week in Baseball at 11:30 a.m. Pacific, only on Fox.
The Mets a big surprise early on in the season.
9-1 homestand they just finished. On a roll. Torrey comes up 1 for 2. Bouncer back to Westbrook, actually off of Westbrook's glove that went to Valbuena, and then the single.
Torrey didn't like that pitch. He thought that might have been a little bit low.
Yo, 1. That's downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Torrey with just 1 RBI over the last 10 games. He's got 7 on the season. He's got a man in scoring position, Eric Ibar. Bobby Abreu at first with good speed on the bases. The 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. I don't know about you, but it looks almost as if Westbrook, who is already a 3/4 arm angle guy, kind of starting to dip down a little bit more. Maybe fatigue starting to set in.
It's almost like he's trying to force that pitch down in the strike zone to get that ground ball and see if he can through the inning.
Torrey out to left center field. Austin Kearns is going back. This one is gone. Torrey Hunter with a 3-run Jimmy Jack ties things up at 3.
Say that is the best play in baseball. The 3-run shot. Talk about out of that stretch position for Westbrook. The sink and the fastball not quite as crisp. Slide slider out over the plate at times. This time an 89-mile-an-hour fastball that ran to the big part of the bat for Torrey Hunter.
Second home run of the year for Torrey Hunter, now with 10 runs batted in, a brand new ball game. Tied at 3 here in the 6th inning. Hideki Matsui takes strike one.
Well, you can see how that fastball this ran, tried to get it in the outside corner, and ran right down the middle. Got thigh high.
One ball, one strike. We go back and revisit that pitch.
Now you see how that sinker, you see his elbow? That's the key for a flat sinker. And on Exmo would show that pitch ran over the middle of the plate. Just that slight dip in the elbow for a sinker ball pitcher will elevate that fastball, and it becomes a very hittable pitch.
Matsui already 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts against Westbrook, in the hole here at 1-2. The pitch, breaking ball got him on the outside part of the plate. There's out number 2.
Well, you can see right here when a sinker ball, and this is the arm angle right here. You want it more up higher for you to be successful on the elbow, but that's flattened it out and it allows that fastball to start in a plane in which it becomes very hittable. The Exmo shows when you get that fastball out, you can square it up, 3-run homer.
Morales 1 for 2 and a single in the 5th inning. His first hit of the series.
3-run Jimmy Jack. By the way, good call, Victor.
Outside, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The Indians have had action going in their bullpen. We were talking about the arm angle and perhaps fatigue getting into that 90 pitch count area.
You can see the difference where the ball sinks from the full windup as compared to the stretch, because you can stand taller out of the full windup.
2-1. Off speed, 2-2. Feels good, doesn't it, Torrey? Outside, full count now. Boy, right body went down looking to start the inning. The single by Ibar. The walk to Abreu. The home run by Torrey Hunter. Then Matsui with the strikeout. Interesting inning for Jake Westbrook. The Angels. Halos will take it. On the ground. Over to second. Balbuena's got it. There's out number 3. But Torrey Hunter with 1 swing of the bat ties this ball game up with his 2nd jack of the season.
Hanging sick piece, covered for a 3-run bomb to left center field. Torrey ties it up.
Irvin Santana facing Luis Valbuena. Delivers a strike to start this 7th inning. A 3-3 tie courtesy of Torrey Hunter's 3-run home run in the 6th. 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Tribe. Valbuena, Marson, and Cabrera.
Well, in the pregame show, we were showing the difference last season's compared to this season as far as the home run totals for Torrey Hunter. He must have been reading that and said, I got to get some home runs back.
Bigger category, that 1 RBI in the last 10 games. Took care of that. Action in the Angel bullpen. Gavin Jepson up and loosening. Irvin Santana's at 96 pitches thus far. The 1-2. Down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Valbuena's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts.
Important for Irvin to go through that 0, that shutdown inning after the offense comes right back and ties it for him.
On the ground, foul at first. This one glided to center field, a base hit. So the leadoff man is on board for the Indians for the 2nd consecutive inning. And up steps Marson, the catchers. We revisit the Hyundai keys to the game.
Irvin doing a nice job with those 8 strikeouts, 6+ innings. Career mark against the Tribe, 0-6. He's pitched very well, even better than the 3 runs earned allowed. It could have only been 1, possibly 2 earned runs. Throwing the ball very, very well. Be a sacrifice situation or a flat steal from Valbuena at first base.
There he goes. It's a little hit and run action. Marson fouling it back. Had to pitch the handle there. Valbuena pretty much looked like he had a running start.
He's looking over there at third base. Thought it might have been a straight steal.
Marson, a strikeout victim in the 3rd, doubled and scored in the 6th inning. Now Valbuena doesn't go, and Marson takes a strike, and it's quickly 0-2. Brandon Wood can move back at third base now.
0-2. A lot of times a pitcher will throw a slider. At least the opponent will think that. See some base runners go on an 0-2 pitch.
One ball, 2 strikes. There goes, nope, Valbuena stopped. He started, then stopped. 4, 6, 3. There's a double play. Maybe should have kept on going.
And also, Irvin Santana threw out his glove originally and pulled it back just the right time because that's a routine double play, 4, 6, 3. A lot of times a pitcher will make that play or try to and deflect that away from the fielder. That's why you look back before you deliver the pitch. Know where your infielders are at. Nice job by everybody. Good flip, too, by Howie over to Ibar. Easy double play.
Valbuena really went out to try to get Eric Ibar. Can he reach second base from there?
Unless he's Elastic Man, I don't think so. You're supposed to be able to touch the base there when you're sliding and take it out of the infielder.
Exactly. 1 ball, 1 strike. There he looks all right, but he keeps on going out there.
Yeah, I'm not so sure he can get to second base.
1 ball, 2 strikes now. Cabrera's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. Nice turn there by Ibar. Second double play turned by the Halos this afternoon.
If you're a base runner, you better slide early when you're trying to take out Eric Ibar. With that arm strength, you might not feel too good. You get hit with that throw.
Two. Off speed, rolled foul.
Good changeup. It was on the inner half. He wanted that on the outside corner, but ended up going the inner half. But there's still the speed at 84. Got Cabrera way out in front, and he just pulled it foul. He'll try to finish him off with that nasty slider.
Oh, and in the dirt, goes off the buddy to the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
A lot of breaking pitches in the dirt. Getting Angel catchers. Buddy, the 4th Angel catcher to start a game this season. Here we are in April.
It's actually a full count on Cabrera. There's ball 4. So a man on with 2 outs brings up Grady Sizemore. Ron Renicke's coming out. Go out to the bullpen. Kevin Jepson's ready to go. He'll be coming on to face Grady Sizemore with 2 outs in a tie ball game. Nice job by Irvin Santana. Run in the 2nd, 2 in the 6th inning. Angels faithful giving him a nice round of applause. 2nd longest outing of the year for him. Kevin Jepson on in relief. We're tied at 3 here at the top of the 7th inning, 2 outs. I want to remind you that if you're still looking for tickets to the U2 concert at Angel Stadium on June the 6th or the 7th, very easy. How about reserving a suite for your friends, family, or business associates? There's a wide variety of suite locations and sizes available for either concert date. For more information or to reserve your U2 suite, call 714-940-2094. Today is Mark Gubas that would like to join you in that suite. That is arm raised, ready to go. Irvin Santana, 6 2/3, 6 hits, 8 punch-outs, 3 runs, all earned. And the guy at first base, as Drupal Cabrera, is his. Kevin Jepson comes on, pitching now in his 13th game with a 1.86 ERA. There's Sizemore, and there's the first pitch strike.
Always got that good fastball, 95 to 97. That cut fastball we see at times, 89, 91. Big curveball and changeup.
Saw Kevin pitch on Monday, go 2/3 of an inning, strike out a man. Coming into a bases loaded situation with 1 out, got out of it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sizemore's 1 for 3, had an RBI single. Stole a base and scored a run in the 6th inning. Cabrera's got a good lead at first. There he goes. No, he stops again. Much like Valbuena did. Sizemore takes a strike, and it's 1-2.
Trying to time the pitcher. Maybe going on this pitch. Worst case scenario, we give Sizemore a fresh count next inning.
Kevin stepping off, making sure that he and Ryan are on the same page. Ryan Buddy getting his 7th major league start behind the plate. Mike Napoli with a day off. Ryan's done a heck of a job back there. Got him with that breaking pitch. Down goes Sizemore. The top of the 7th comes to an end. 7th inning stretch time. Here's the big A. Rivera, Kendrick, and Wood coming up in a tie game. Seventh inning, we are tied at 3. The Indians have made a pitching change. A lot of Angel fans in attendance here. This 4 o'clock start. 34,000 plus on hand. As that pitch that Kevin Jepson put on Grady Sizemore.
Boy, you talk about an electric slider. He calls it a cut fastball. I'm calling that a slider. True slider. And our X-Mo will show. Boy, as a hitter, you're thinking fastball because it's a firm pitch at 91, and then that last sharp break gets the punch out.
Jamie Wright, the right-hander, takes over for Jake Westbrook. Westbrook going 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, 3 runs all earned on 4 hits and a home run. Look at the big, tall, right-handed veteran. 0-1 and a 4.91 ERA. He's been around a little bit.
Still a good fastball, 90-94. Saw that slider and also will throw a curveball.
Fernando Rodney's ready to go in the Angel bullpen, coming on in the 8th inning. Rivera takes up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Juan is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th inning. Big swing right there. Wright has a pretty good sinking fastball when he keeps it down in the zone. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. right last year, spending time with the Kansas City Royals. 3-5 with a 4.33 ERA. Rivera out to left field. Austin Kearns is back there, makes the catch. There's out number 1. Folks, Saturday, NASCAR on Fox moves to Richmond, where Kyle Busch will try to defend his title and take home the checkered flag for the second straight year. Coverage of Sprint Cup Series racing from Richmond International Raceway begins Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific in high definition on Fox.
You a NASCAR fan, Victor?
I'm a fan of all sports. Kendrick takes a strike. How about yourself?
Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon used to be best buddies. Not liking each other anymore.
Not anymore. Now he takes the breaking ball in for a strike. It's quickly 0-2. Howie's 0 for 2. Bouncing that one out in front of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know you're ahead of the count. You try to expand the zone. You throw a 50-foot curveball.
Marson wants to pitch outside. Kendrick bounces it over to Valbuena. Down number 2. So 2 quick outs for Jamie Wright. Brings up Brandon Wood. Wright's a big guy, too. 6'6", 230 pounds. Been in the big leagues for a while, having pitched with the Rockies, the Brewers, the Cardinals for a brief stint, the Giants, the Rangers, the Rockies again. A starter pretty much throughout his career. I mean, just recently, over the last 3-4 years, just exclusively working out of the bullpen.
I think it's a better role for him right now. He'd be a full max guy, give you about a couple innings out of the bullpen.
1-0. Brandon, good hack, fouling it at the plate. 1-1.
Pretty good pitch to drive there. Just missed that one, Brandon did. That sinker ran over to part of the plate.
A strikeout and a double play ball for Brandon this afternoon, so he is 0 for 2. See Ron Renicky, Mickey Hatcher talking things over. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ron, the acting manager, with Mike Scioscia being ejected back in the 2nd inning. Looks like Ron looking over the lineup card.
Thinking about matchups, who's down in the bullpen left for the Tribe. They might be able to bring in, whether it be a pinch hitter, a pinch runner, who they might be able to use that at a bullpen also for the Angels.
Two. Breaking ball, loop to left. Austin Kearns coming on, makes the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Jamie Wright. 7 complete here for the Big A. We are still tied at 3. Inning, we are tied at 3. There is Cowboy Joe West. If you weren't with us earlier, Mike Scioscia was ejected back in the second. This is what happened.
If you cheat on me, you'll be out at home. If I catch you playing the field, you're gonna be long gone. You better play it safe and don't do me wrong. 'Cause if you cheat on me, you'll be out at home.
Cowboy Joe West, the singer. Ron Renicky, the acting manager, looking at the lineup card. He's turned the ball over to Fernando Rodney.
Pretty good tune for Joe West.
Absolutely. Still wearing the blazer. Good look. Dapper as always. There's Fernando. Kevin Jepson went 1/3 of an inning, a strikeout and a walk. 12th game now for Fernando Rodney. 3.38 ERA. 3, 4, and 5 do up for the Indians here. Chu, Kearns, and Hafner. Remember, not too long ago, at a charity golf tournament, Cowboy Joe was there with cowboy boots on with golf spikes on. I kid you not. Chu, comebacker right to Rodney. Step and throw. There's out number 1.
Nasty pitch by Fernando Rodney. That comebacker. That's got to be a great look, by the way. Cowboy boots with spikes in there.
They were golf shoes, cowboy boots. I'm sure one of those things that you could just pick up at any golf outlet.
You can't go anywhere to get those? That'd be a great look.
Here's Austin Kearns. He gets jammed and rolls one right over Morales. 2 outs.
Okay, quite clear that look out of my mind. Can you imagine wearing shorts with those things on?
We didn't have shorts on.
I think he would look good with it.
Yeah. That's a really good look. Some Daisy Dukes and those cowboy golf shoes. There's Travis Hafner with 2 outs and nobody on. Slightly behind Travis Hafner. There's ball 1.
Might have been a bit inside.
Yeah. And speaking of which, you mentioned that, we joke about that. Our best wishes and well wishes to Bob Uecker. Today broadcasted his last game. He's going to have heart surgery on Friday. He'll be out for some time, so obviously one of the great guys.
One of the best human beings in the world.
Awesome.
Ambassador of the game of baseball.
Not too long ago, I had the double knee replacement. It was, 4 or 5 years ago.
I love Mr. Belvedere, too.
Yeah.
Great show.
Two. Hafner's 0 for 2. Ground out a strikeout. Was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the 6th inning. Three balls and 1 strike. 5 for 9 with a home run in his career against Fernando Rodney. Probably why you see Nando kind of working the strike zone a little bit.
Especially here now with a fastball count 3-1. Would not be surprised if he threw a changeup in this spot.
Good change up there. Hafner thought it was a strike. Instead,
everybody
it's ball 4.
did. Well, that was a pretty good changeup. It was a great changeup on the inside corner at 82.
Hafner went to manicure the batter's box for his 3-2 pitch. It's a walk with 2 outs, and here's Russell Brandon.
I think that 3-1 changeup froze everybody. Hafner and Joe West.
Branyan takes the change up for a strike. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a couple strikeouts. One ball, one strike. Left-hander Tony Sipp still up and loosening. Imagine that Jamie Wright's afternoon come to an end after a 3-batter performance in the 7th. There's a 1-1. There's a strike. Not too often you get back-to-back batters in which the defense plays the overshift. I mean, the complete overshift with Hafner and Branyan.
See right here for the infield, and of course you got Brandon Wood playing the normal shortstop position. He didn't have to move for back-to-back batters.
Got him with the fastball, locked him up. Down goes Brandon. There's out number 3. Nice job by Fernando Rodney, middle of the 8th. We're tied at 3. Angels Baseball is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Right now, Jack in the Box is offering a variety of menu items and letting people choose any 3 for only $3 plus tax. And by Toyota. Get a great deal on Toyota's full line of hybrid and fuel-efficient vehicles at your Toyota dealer today. Gorgeous day here in Anaheim. The rally monkey is out in full effect here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jamie Wright came out, and with Ron Renicky going to his bench and bringing it up Meister Asturis as a pinch hitter for Ryan Buddy, which doesn't really matter here because Asturis is a switch hitter. Manny Acta goes out to the mound and going to pull Jamie Wright. Tony Sipp, the left-hander, will come on and face Meister Asturis. So hopefully we get a chance to check out the rally monkey some more when we return.
Clark Griswold with the rally monkey.
Clark W. Griswold.
Need a little cousin Eddie, we're perfect.
Oh, man. Bottom of the 8th inning. Tony Sipp takes over for Jamie Wright. Meister Sturris goes back, gets the new batting helmet. He'll bat from the right side against the left-hander Sipp. The Angels saw Tony on Monday, an inning and 2/3. Issued 2 walks and 1 strikeout, no runs allowed.
Good fastball, 91 to 94. Swing and miss slider, too, his out pitch.
9-1-2 is Sturris, Ibar, Abreu. Meister batting in the Ryan Buddy spot. Ryan getting the start this afternoon, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So Mike Napoli will take over behind the plate. On the inside corner for a strike. Meister at 219 on the season. He's 2 for 5 from the right side. On the ground toward the hole at short. It's going to be a tough play. Cabrera's got a strong arm, and he gets his Sturris by a step. 1 out.
That was a heck of a play by Cabrera. Not only has to field a tough chop like that, but throw across his body, moving away from first base. Strong throw. It's Meister by a full step.
Six in a row now retired by Indians pitching since that home run by Torrey Hunter tied things up in the 6th. Ibar's 1 for 3. He had a single with a run scored in the 6th inning. Oh, 1. No balls, 2 strikes. Joe Smith, the right-hander. Rafael Perez, the left-hander, up the bullpen for Cleveland. Ryan Fuentes is up and loosening. 0-2. That was pulled foul. Check swing roller. Valbuena comes charging in to get Ibar for out number 2. Hey kids, it's time to rest easy. That's because on Saturday, May 15th, all kids 2 to 18 in attendance will receive a free Angels pillowcase courtesy of Scholarshare, College Savings Plan, and Fidelity Investments. Great seats for this game are still available at angelsbaseball.com or any of the Angels Stadium ticket windows. 2 outs here in the 8th for Bobby Abreu. Bobby's 0 for 2, a fly ball to center, a ground ball at 3rd. He walked and scored in the 6th inning. A little high and tight cheese. 1-0.
It's more of a show fastball inside. He's going to try to get Bobby out with breaking stuff in the outside corner or off the outside corner.
At the bottom of your screen there, Bobby, in the midst of an 8-game hitting streak. Big swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1-1. Indians, of course, with a 3-3 tie here in the 8th inning, playing their outfield extremely deep, that no doubles defense.
Even Austin Kern's playing deep.
That's a surprise. 1-1. Breaking ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Terrific homestand thus far for Abreu offensively. 3 balls and 1 strike. Made a couple of fine defensive plays out in the right field as well.
Good fastball count for Bobby here. See if he can get a fastball middle in.
Popped it up on the infield. Cabrera calls off Peralta. And it's a 1-2-3 eighth inning. 8 complete here from the Big A. And we're still tied at 3. As we go back and revisit our FoxSportsWest.com poll question. Who poses the biggest threat to the Angels in the American League West? The Athletics and Mariners at 44%. The Rangers.
Surprisingly, at 12.
12. What do you know? We'll have the results of that poll in our post-game show. Brian Fuentes on in relief of Fernando Rodney. 5th game, 4.91 ERA. Fernando Rodney went 1 inning, a strikeout and a walk. Mike Napoli behind the plate, taking over for Ryan Buddy, as he was pinch hit for by Meister-Sturis. Brian Fuentes has 3 saves. Of course, not a save situation. No longer one. 3 2/3. 2 hits, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. The opponent's batting 154 against him. Facing the bottom third, Peralta, Valbuena, and Marson. Peralta's sac fly, a strikeout, and a fly ball to left, so he's 0 for 2. The 1-1. Good on-speed pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning for the Angels. 3, 4, and 5.
Well, Brian Fuentes stays within his mechanics for his slider and changeup. They're very good pitches with a lot of movement, both east and west.
Peralta into shallow center field. Torrey Hunter got a great jump on that ball. And there's out number 1. A 1 out here in the 9th. Brings up Luis Valbuena.
Great jump from Torrey. Himself a nice game defensively, and of course that 3-run homer tied it up.
Next telecast on Friday at Comerica Park. First of a 3-game set against the Tigers. Valbuena in this one 1 for 3. Had a single in the 7th. He's also struck out twice. He's gotten a face full of Eric Ivar's left foot. Double play turned by Eric. Indians with 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. They've left 6 men on base. Valbuena drag bunt. Morales got a terrific break on it, but tough to get anybody over there as far as covering. An infield single for Valbuena.
Well, you can't place it any better if you're Valbuena there. This is your Kenny Morales. You have to go get that baseball. You can't even allow Howie to make that play either. There's no chance. Especially with a left-handed pitcher who's going to fall towards the third base side. Impossible to make that play at first.
To me, that's the lost start for left-handed batters. The drag bunt, the legitimate drag bunt towards the second baseman.
Rod Carew used to do it. Yeah. Rod Wilfong with the Angels used to do it.
See it so often, that push bunt up the third base line. Here's Marson, the catcher. He'll take a strike at the knees. Marson this afternoon 1 for 3, had a double with a run scored in the 6th inning. Indians got a run in the 2nd, 2 in the 6th to take a 3-0 lead. But then Torrey Hunter with a 3-run home run things up in the 6th inning.
More of a throw over there just to show he's paying attention to the base runner. Fuentes doesn't show him his best move yet.
Another throw. Valbuena with good speed. And Marson with a no ball, 2-strike count. Oh, 2 line to left, a base hit. So back-to-back hits now for the Indians. Spins the lineup back to the top with 1 away. And has Drew Ball Cabrera coming up.
A little bit too much at the plate on that 0-2 pitch. Fuentes. Might have almost been a changeup.
Yep.
And a changeup in that spot. 0-2. That's going to show that rotation of the circle changeup. You want to make sure that's out of the zone because the hitter's in protect mode being down on the count like that, so it's easier for them to put the ball in play on the changeup there.
Get the old adage of speeding up the bat a little bit.
Exactly. A much better chance of putting that ball in play with a changeup if it's close to the zone.
Cabrera takes a strike, spins around to hit for the right shot. He is 0 for 2. He's also got a sac bunt, drawn a walk. There's Valbuena at second base. Good sweeping breaking pitch, misses down and in. This one into the seats along that right field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fuentes came on and faced the Indians in Monday's game. Went 1 inning, struck out 3, issued 1 walk, picking up that 3rd save. The 1-2. Cabrera out to left field. Rivera broke in, now has to break back. Still drifting back, makes the catch. Valbuena will tag and head to third base. And probably the only reason why Valbuena went back to second base and tagged was because he saw Rivera backpedaling out to the baseball.
Which make it that much more difficult to make that throw into third base because you're going back. Take away the majority of that arm strength. And Juan Rivera, who has one of the strongest arms in that left field position in the American League.
2 outs now for Sizemore with runners at the corners. That's Marcia, the catcher at first base. Cabrera's over third. Sizemore picked up his first hit of the series in the 6th inning. It was a RBI single. A 1-for-4 game. There's a strike. Sizemore with great speed. Brandon Wood playing in over at third base, just about even with the bag. You just never know. Bang bang situation. Guy can handle the bat a little bit and his wheels. Good off speed pitch. Has him at no balls, 2 strikes.
Well, that was a great spot for that breaking pitch.
See if he goes back to it. And he jammed it. Morales is going to get this one. There's out number 3. Angels back into the dugout to get their hitting shoes on. Torrey Hunter, Hideki Matsui, Kendry Morales due up in the bottom of the 9th. This game is tied at 3. The Big A, tied at 3. Torrey Hunter set to lead things off. This is what Torrey did in his last at-bat in the 6th inning. Off Jake Westbrook to tie this game up.
Sinker that didn't sink and deposited out for a 3-run homer. Thinking, might as well. For Torrey right now. Let's have a walk-off piece right now.
Why not? 2nd home run of the year for Torrey Hunter in that 6th inning. Joe Smith comes on in relief of Tony Sipp. A 6.43 ERA. The Angels faced Smith last night. Inning and a third. He gave up a run. That was to Brandon Wood, that home run in the 9th inning.
That arm is still pretty good velocity on the fastball. 87-91. Slider Change up.
Torrey takes strike one. A 2-for-3 afternoon for Torrey with that single and home run. Probably should have been 3-for-3 had Jake Westbrook not thrown that glove up there. Inside outs went into right field. There's a base hit. Chu over to cut it off. He's got a great arm. Torrey is trying for second base, and he is in there with a double.
I think that's the right decision to take that chance, but wow, you're talking about a strong arm from Chu. Almost got Torrey at second. Torrey. Cabrera thought he had him. He's able to cut that off. Momentum going towards the bag.
Cabrera's arguing with Paul Schreiber, the second base umpire, pointing to the scoreboard.
Well, you can see he got the tag in there before the foot. That's a pretty good play by Cabrera. Sweeping tag.
More times than not, you see infielders just catch that ball, realizing the runner's past them, and not even bother to tag. Intentional walk to Hideki Matsui to set up Kendry Morales.
Well, that's some kind of arm for Chu in right field.
Not only that, going the opposite direction, the redirection that he has to position himself with and fire that ball was pretty accurate as well.
Well, Dino Evo told us before the series started how difficult it is to take an extra base on these Indian outfielders, and he was right on the nose as far as that.
Manny Acta's coming out. Joe Smith appears to be done. They've got the left-hander Rafael Perez ready to go. There was no argument on the part of Manny Acta as far as him coming out to defend as Asdrubal Cabrera as to whether or not he applied the tag. The replay looked like Cabrera got Torrey on the back before the foot got to the base. So pitching change. We're in the ninth. 2 on, nobody out. Rafael Perez to face Kendry Morales when we return. Tonight, fitting Torrey Hunter at second base. That's Hideki Matsui at first. Torrey's the only run that really matters in this situation as Kendry Morales get the opportunity to finish this game off. He'll have to face Rafael Perez, the left-hander, who comes in pitching in his 7th game with an ERA of an even 3.
Pretty good fastball, 90-92. Very good slider, which is his out pitch. It does have a tendency to bounce that slider in the dirt. And we'll throw in a changeup also.
Rally Monkey is out. And why not? This is the perfect time to bust them out. Kendry Morales from the right side this year, a .250 average. He has 2 of his 6 home runs from that right side. Perez just about ready to go. This inning started with the Torrey Hunter fluke double down the right field line. Sin-Chu Chu made a terrific throw to second base. Cabrera appeared to have tagged Torrey on the back, but Paul Schreiber making the call safe at second base, and the intentional walk to Hideki Matsui. That takes Joe Smith out of the game. Angels today 1 for 2 with men in scoring position. Kendry 1 for 3. He had a single back in the 5th inning.
And a good pitch, center in on the spot. Don't be overly aggressive on a pitch out of the zone.
All three of the outfielders for the Indians, terrific arms. Out in the dirt, nice job by Marson. Overthrowing the fastball there was Perez, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Perez got into the ball game on Monday, pitched 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, struck out 2. Lays off the breaking pitch, 2 balls and no strikes.
Perez has a tendency to overthrow his pitches. First 2 to overthrow the fastball. Tried to guide that slider in and ends up in the dirt. Now a perfect fastball count for Kendry.
Morales rolling this one foul. He got it there. The potential winning run at second base in Torrey Hunter.
Torrey going to have to get that good secondary lead with these outfielders and the arm strength that the Indians have. Charge the baseball very well.
Two-one pitch for Perez. In tight, 3 balls and a strike. Juan Rivera is the guy on deck. And by the looks of it in the bullpen, it's Perez or bust right now for the Indians. 3-1. Full count now.
3-2 count. Torrey may think about it. Matsui will definitely stay there at first base. Already in scoring position though. Look at a pitch all over the plate to drive home the winning run.
Peralta playing deep at third base. Valbuena trying to keep Torrey close to the bag at second. Here's a 3-2 on the ground toward short. Cabrera for Valbuena on the first. 2 outs. Tim Belcher is going to come out and pay a visit to Perez with Rivera coming up.
You're going to give him the option. You want to go after Juan Rivera, or do you go after Howie Kendrick? So you say you don't see you don't have to throw a strike here. You can throw your own pitches here. Belcher, just a competitive starting pitcher throughout his career.
A little pressure too on Lou Marson to keep everything in front of him, making sure that Perez does not overthrow the fastball like we saw in that first pitch to Kendrick. Rivera, this one's 0 for 3. In the dirt, nice job by Marson.
Looked like that baseball hit off his glove and is stuck on his hand, his throwing hand.
2 balls and no strikes. Perez kind of looking in, thinking perhaps that was a strike.
Sometimes, too, when you try to be too careful, that's when you make a mistake on the mound.
Kendrick wants the opportunity.
He's going to go ahead and walk him now. They're pitching around him anyhow, see if he would swing at something out of the zone. Now they're going to walk him.
Intentional walk to Rivera, puts runners at first and third, and here comes Maniacta. Chris Perez had been loosening out of the bullpen after that double play hit into by Kendrick Morales. Perez got up immediately and started getting ready. So Acta takes the ball from Perez. Gets ready to hand the ball off to the other Perez. We're still in the ninth with 2 outs and 2 men on. Torrey Hunter, the winning run over at third base. Tie game here tonight, 2 outs. Runners at first and third. Chris Perez takes over on the mound for Rafael Perez. 9th game of the season. A 4.05 ERA. You see the 4 saves.
Good fastball, too. 94 to 96 slider. He's thrown 2 wild pitches already this year in 6 2/3. 4 wild pitches last year in 33 innings pitched.
Howie Kendrick at the plate, pushing a bunt over to second base. This one's going to do it. The squeeze play. The Angels win it. Light that baby up.
Pushing it too long for a walk-off bunt. Talk about the element of surprise. What a great way to hit the homestand.
Kendrick pushing the bunt over to second base. Nobody can get it. Torrey Hunter scores the winning run. 4-3. Angels pick up the victory and move themselves to 12 and 11 on the season.
I guarantee there was probably some discussion about that in the dugout, that there's a possibility that could be in play. Boy, that's perfect level. Pops it right over there in that second base position. No chance at all. The element of surprise, successful.
Second walk-off victory for the Angels this year. The other was the Hideki Matsui base hit down the right field line. 4-3, the Angels win it. Let's go down to Michael Eaves.
All right, Victor, thanks a lot. Howie, have you ever had a walk-off bunt?
No, I think that's the first time that's ever happened. But, it definitely feels good. You want to be in that situation. But, I was looking to go down the third baseline, but he left it out over the plate, so I just went with it.
Was that your call, or was that a decision made in the dugout?
It was kind of my call. I had a feel for it, and, thinking he was going to come at me with a strike there. So what better time to do it?
This was a funny game because early the pitchers were really dominating. Maybe the shadows and the sunlight were kind of helping them. But then the offense started to pick up. Huge home run there by Torrey Hunter, giving you a chance to win the game late.
Yeah, Torrey, he's had some rough games here and there, but he's been battling. And today he put us back in the ball game. I mean, he's a clutch guy, and he's definitely one of the leaders on our team. And today he picked us up. Irvin and Jake threw great games today, but I'm glad we came out with a win.
This, of course, concludes the longest homestand of the season. You finished this homestand 6-4. Now you got to go on the road. How big was it to get this win before going out on the road again?
Oh, huge. You always want to end on a good note at home, especially in front of your home fans. And just to get on the road, we want to try to repeat that and just continue to feed off of this.
Howie, appreciate the time. Good luck on the road trip.
All right, thanks.
Thanks a lot, Howie Kendrick. Second walk-off hit this season for the Angels here at home. And not a better time to do it as they head out on the road for 9 games in the row. They win this one 4-3. Angels Live is coming up next. We'll get more reaction to this thrilling win by the Angels over the Indians.